Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, the one and only Mr. Swift, Ben Reynolds. We have Professor Flowers, and we have 100% RC. What's going on, fellas?
Man.
Sound like it's been a long day for you, man.
No,
It has.
I mean, it's been for Flowers, not for me.
Oh, for Flowers. Okay, Flowers. What's been going on?
It's Monday. It's raining.
You're right.
Got wet on my second gig. I mean, just like I said, just getting home a little late, trying to get settled in. Talk to the wife.
That what happened to me Friday, man. I got soaked. Or was that Wednesday? No, it was Wednesday. It wasn't RC that was pouring down raining.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
No, it was Friday. It's Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yeah,
Friday.
I had to do William Carey. Yeah, it was Friday, man. I was soaked, man. I was so ready to get done. That's the worst thing that can happen to you as a driver. And you gotta make deliveries in the rain. Or snow. Either one. I'm not too happy about. So a lot of big stories going on in the basketball world. I don't know if RC or Flowers want to do the honors of breaking the news, because I don't want to do it. LeBron, what LeBron did. RC, you can break the news.
What he did? Scored 40,000 points.
Yeah, see, there you go. Go ahead and break the news. I don't want to do it, guy. I ain't a LeBron fan. You a Lakers fan. Okay. You still in the driver's seat. So one of y'all can break the news. I don't want to do it.
For everybody viewing it that hadn't watched or been paying attention, LeBron James is now at 40,000 points. That's an amazing feat by that guy coming into the NBA with all them expectations, being a young black man, living up to all the hype. He over exceeded, to me, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But he's that's an amazing. That record will never be broken. And salute to him. And just get on off my team and go on and score 42,000 points for somebody else. Because 2,000 more points I think he got left in that body. But congratulations to him, man. Great job.
Yeah, congratulations for the longevity. That's what got you there. Taking some games off can help too, but congrats to you for finally, getting the scoring record and getting it done. You kind of overstay your welcome, but again, salutes to you, LeBron James, King James. Flowers, what do you think that do to his legacy or the landscape of the NBA of him, setting the record?
I mean, what more can he truly do? I mean, he broke the original record a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say so. I mean, him just putting on 40, it's an additional milestone to everything else he's done. So I don't think it's nothing. I don't think it's nothing, exponentially crazy, anything like that. Just the way the NBA is set up nowadays and the scoring, I think it's a possible feat. I mean, the thing is the longevity part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the pace like Luka on right now, and even young Wembanyama, depending if he stays healthy, this kid is You know, they had like their numbers, compared to LeBron's are ahead. As the times get, older, as we go on in time, is I'm quite sure somebody more skilled to be around in 10 more years. So we'll just have to see how the game goes.
But
Yeah,
Flowers,
especially.
I want
Oh,
to
go
tell you
ahead.
why the record will never be broken. In my heart of hearts, these elite athletes are juicing. It ain't steroids no more. It's HGH. It's other stuff that's under the table that's legal. It's not just in the NBA. It's in the NFL and it's in baseball. They're taking something, man. Brady's of the world. Them guys playing that long. You still have to deal with being a human being, and as you get older, your body don't look the same. Some of their bodies look the same.
Do you want to go? You
Even
want to go there?
yeah, because you can
I
look
mean,
at
we,
you
we
could.
can go there.
I believe it in my heart, man, that it's under the table. It's
I,
out there.
Let me say this. It's not since you bring it up. I have my I have my suspicions. Um, I just won't say it out loud because I don't want to just accuse somebody of something. But especially like LeBron James, like for him to be doing what he's doing and for it to not be questioned is kind of funny. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we kind of, just because it's LeBron, because of the
Mm-hmm.
name that it garners and carries, just because it's him. I mean, hell, look at Lance Armstrong, he's went out on Tour de France's and come to find out, boom. I mean, but there's been stuff to come out, there's been stuff to come out far as they was talking about. I think Chael Sonnen was talking about, he knew the guy that was selling, him the human growth hormones or whatever, and some other stuff that I won't say, but I mean, look, it is there. I wouldn't be shocked if like he retires and 5 years from now it comes out like, oh, he was taking this and this. I wouldn't be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it don't matter what kind of peak level of performance you're at, your age catch up with you. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter what you're looking like. Unless you know your skills, your being an athlete kind of diminish over time. But for LeBron, it just seemed like it just haven't happened. He's still dominating the game, still dominating the paint, and it just seems like you have to question, like, okay, he talks about he put all this money into his body, which is
Mm-hmm.
true. Of course, being an
But
athlete at that caliber,
you
you have to.
you can say you can put a number on something though. But just because you sit up here and say, well, I put $1 million on my body, okay, well, we really don't know where the money's going to. Hell, for all we know, hell, it be
Right.
some,
I like to see that
you know what I'm
list. I
saying?
like to see everything you take to get that peak performance because even seeing young guys deal with injuries, they just never make it back from it.
I'm
So I
quite
like to
sure he
know.
was. I'm quite sure he's sleeping, some kind of tent, or he, keep the the crowd shit or whatever on his legs, and all
hmm
that. But I'm quite sure all that money is not invested just into that.
So,
Like if he's taking something, and like I mean the NBA they don't test for stuff like that if I'm not mistaken.
That would test for HGH. I don't think.
So yeah,
well, let
they
me
don't
tell you
test for
this.
that.
Let me tell you how I know that it's a guy that let the cat out of the bag that played in the National Football League by the name of porn star Jimmy. He got jammed up taking some illegal banned substances. So if look at Jimmy Garoppolo, he don't look like LeBron James. So what he did was to get healthy to get his name on that contract.
hmm
Um, it's not just about performance, it's about healing.
By
Some of that stuff
healing,
helps you
yeah.
heal faster. And so the reason why I question it and why it's going to be a big deal to me, Flowers, or any may not be a big deal to the NBA, is because of the way the NBA is being played. It's no physicality, it's no nothing. So he can play another 5 years with them letting him go straight to the basket. No rim protection, no true defense. Like it's Olay defense. So
Yep.
so it's both it's two things playing into him scoring and the longevity part. But for me, with him is when is enough enough? Like,
Mm.
what are you chasing? What are you chasing? Like, because another thing that guys don't understand, watch the hairline, watch the hair. He didn't just start losing his hair because
Just to lose it.
somebody His daddy
You
was
make a
doing
point. You make a point
yeah.
about that.
So Barry Bonds was the same way, and it's a lot of things. The facial structure and the way they
You make a
look.
point about that.
Like it was a few years ago when he shaved all his hair off, and he was standing and he was looking. He looked a little fragile, a little frail. He goes through
Mm-hmm.
these different phases where his body changes and then goes into this. It's not
Yeah,
like
he do
Shannon
cut a
Sharpe.
lot sometimes.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It don't look like Shannon Sharpe where he stays physical, like really big. He goes through these phases. But without that being said, you still got to put the ball in the hole. It don't help you there. It just help you get
Yeah.
help, stay healthy. So, salute to him.
All right. What's up, Randy? He's in the chat. He said, "What's up, fellas? What's tougher, milestone? Kyle Ricken's Iron Man streak, or Rose hit streak, or Bonds home run record?"
I would say Kyle Ripken's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a pitcher.
No, Cal
No,
was a
Cal
hitter.
was he was third baseman,
Yeah,
shortstop.
damn good
Oh, I got my own
infielder.
guy messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
just, I don't know. That's a good question.
Durability
The
part
Iron
of it.
Man.
Hmm.
Iron Man record, man.
Iron Man.
That's easy. Because nobody's gonna play that amount of games anymore. Or I don't think Cal missed a game in damn it 20 years.
Yep.
Or something like that.
So another question I have for y'all about LeBron, though, does this solidify his status
What?
as the king,
No.
the number one dog?
No.
It still doesn't. A lot of people like it's a wrap.
Let me tell you why it doesn't. I mean that's people that look at numbers. That's for the people that want to always bring numbers. Like that don't tell the whole damn story.
No.
Just because you see he scored 40,000. Yes, it's impressive that he's going to finish top 10 in like 4 or 5 statistical categories. But the thing is, LeBron has always been able to control the narrative. A lot of NBA players probably could have did the same. And I'm just saying this out loud. A lot of NBA players probably could have did this if they were able to control their narrative like LeBron James. LeBron James has been catered to in the past 21 years. And this has allowed him to score those 40,000 points, to have those 10,000 rebounds and assists.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine and all, but it just this is why I say this doesn't make him number one in my book, because it's too many politics with LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many politics with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if it was just him, because I used to love. You remember when we was in college, Ben? I used to love LeBron James.
Yeah.
When he was first in Cleveland, it was
Mm-hmm.
just the story behind it. Seeing a kid from his hometown, trying to turn that Cleveland organization, into something and win something. That was when it was worth watching. But it just when LeBron just decides to, want to control the narrative and control the league, that's when things change. That's when the league changed. People want to say, well, it was D'Antoni and Harden, would put
Mm-hmm.
Harden out there in the 4 shooters. Yeah, that played, some sense into it and Steph and them. But honestly, when LeBron James took his ass down to Cleveland, team up with Dwayne Wade, and they moved Bosh to the 5, basketball changed.
Right. That's when everybody was like, okay, we gotta start jumping ship and teaming up in order, to beat that superpower. It almost like, war. Everybody trying to gain allies
Well,
so that
that's the
everybody
thing.
get the upper hand.
But you know what though, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't, like, as much as he's won, the persona LeBron carries and the people, the way people paint him, he should have won more. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I
Especially in
always
Miami.
say he's
To play
not
this
number one.
long, and not have won more, and you've played with more. Michael Jordan has only played
Yes.
with 2 Hall of Famers. He's gonna be in to play with at least 10. So my thing is this. My issue with not putting him above Michael Jordan. Kareem wasn't above Michael Jordan. He had way more points.
Yep.
It's all about the impact of the player for the team that he was on. Michael Jordan played with a hating ass Scottie Pippen and a drunk ass Dennis Rodman. You played with Dwayne Wade. This is a list now. Dwayne Wade, an off guard that can take the pressure off you down the stretch and take the big shot when you're unwilling to. You had Kyrie Irving, an off guard that can take the shot, a point guard that can handle the ball when you don't want to or take the shot down the stretch. We saw that in Game 7. Pull up jumper over Klay Thompson or what it might be Steph Curry.
It was
We
Steph.
move on. You had an opportunity to play on the championship that you did get. It was the best version of Anthony Davis. The very best version of Anthony Davis or Dwight Howard that was still relevant at the time. And I'm talking about that team was loaded. Dion Wade, there was a long list of players on the team that you played with.
KCP, all
He
kinds
played
of
on a team that had D Wade, Derrick Rose. He's played with a lot of talented players. So if you would have gave Michael Jordan or Anthony Davis, and so this is what I told a LeBron fan when he gets, I don't want to change your mind. That is your goal. But he will not surpass Michael Jordan because Mike, in my opinion, did more with less.
Yep.
And retired twice. But you know what I'm saying? He was, and you know who he played against. You're not playing against somebody right now. You're playing against teams that don't show up from night to night. You got a Detroit team that's washed.
Playing against a bunch of kids.
But every time, right, vets in the league to challenge you, no enforcers, nobody coming after you, no Kobe stoppers, no John Stark putting his finger in front of Michael Jordan's head. You don't have that. Like everybody's hugging and kissing in this league. So he's not the GOAT.
The closest thing LeBron had was Lance Stevenson. They got on his nerve.
And wait. Before we end it, look, that doesn't mean we're not saying LeBron James is not one of the greatest to ever lace him up and play. He is. He's one of the greatest. He's one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. Right. Don't get shit misconstrued. He is, but
yeah.
I mean, I seen Michael Jordan play too. You know, that's just my thing. You know, but we seen Michael Jordan. What Michael Jordan did is what we wish LeBron's career would have went. You know, getting drafted there, winning. You know, and building a dynasty in one place instead of LeBron turned into a mercenary and it became about money and championships.
Money, brand.
Brand. And like all of us saw greatness. We saw MJ, we saw Kobe, we saw a lot of great athletes in the NBA era. So we have a lot of perspective on who LeBron is going up against and the culture of the NBA. And the reason why we say MJ the GOAT, because of the legacy, the impact on the court and off the court was worldwide. It's like
the game is global because of Mike.
Yeah, it was man.
Still wearing his shoes and clothes to this day.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the overall impact, like you watch regular season games of Michael Jordan. You catch every game of Michael Jordan that you possibly could. Y'all don't understand how hard that was in Mississippi trying to catch every MJ game.
It was hard because we had them on WGN on Channel 13. Every time they played, they came on WGN. I do remember that.
And then they'll occasionally they're showing TNT for they had the double headers when they had one game playing.
Original. Yep.
So it's just like his impact of people loving the game is what caused us to say him be the GOAT.
I'm a huge Laker fan. My favorite Laker is James Worthy, but Michael Jordan is the reason why I picked up a basketball. Like I found out that this boy got a brother named Ronnie. I was trying to tie myself to the Jordan family all I could. I worked on the fadeaway. I wanted to walk like him, chew gum like him. I wanted to do everything he did. And the reason why Michael Jordan, to me, is the guy. He's my Jerry Rice and my Barry Sanders because he made the game, it was like he made it look easy. Yep. And he went after teams. They went after him, and it was cutthroat. And he didn't, we didn't.
He didn't make no friends.
Right. He made the best. Like the one thing I took from The Last Dance, he had the Burrell guy he used to get on to. He didn't have no great players. He made them believe they was great. I'm gonna punch you in your face, Steve Kerr, because I'm gonna need you. I know Jerry Ryan's daughter ain't gonna get me no John. He ain't gonna get me no Reggie Miller. So I gotta get you ready, Steve Kerr. I gotta get you ready, John Paxson.
People don't understand that part of it.
Stacey King, I gotta get you ready because this is all I got.
Yeah. Him prepping his team, being hard on. It's like they just look at, he punched a team. What kind of team is that? He punched somebody in the face. No, it's like it's more than that. He's like, you gonna come against people that gonna punch you in your face on the court. Like,
we comparing Jordan will bet the draws off his ass.
Yeah.
He's that confident in himself.
Yeah.
And that's what we missed. That's one thing we missed with LeBron. Not saying that he's a competitor, but just like the little thing, like the start of LeBron starting to turn his legacy, in my opinion, is when he first didn't want to do the dunk contest.
Yep.
He went like on a 2-3 year, I'm gonna do it. Oh, and then like he hurt one year and then he bags out. But you started telling people you're gonna do something. Just okay, if you're not gonna do it, don't do it. But it's a fact of the matter that okay, you see the white win. Oh, I'm gonna do it, and you don't do it.
You know
And
why he never
you were
did it?
leading people on.
You know why he never did it? If you look at the NBA, now everybody want to be the guy over there with the camera. I was just talking to my team the other night about not being afraid to fail in front of people who fail every day. Like not being afraid to like, I'm messing up, you is too. I missed a shot. Hey, you don't miss shots. Don't be afraid to fail in front of people who fail every day. Like my thing is with him, he was afraid to get out there after all the other greats that come, Dominique, Vince Carter, you name them, and you didn't carry that mantle. You didn't want to do that. Just like in Game 6, when you let Ray Allen, you took the 3 and missed. Ray Allen saved your ass. You see what I'm saying? Like once again, Kyrie saved your ass. I'm talking about he took the shot, took the pressure shot. So it's like a lot of his championships and a lot of his accolades, he need to look at his teammates that he's had and hug their neck. I mean, he played with Carmelo Anthony. He even played with Brandon. He done played with everybody before his career is over with.
Half the
He's
damn
over
league.
and played with everybody, man. Give him time. He might
He's just, the last person on his list is Bronny James. That's the last person that he want to play the game with. Randy in the chat said the ultimate legacy MJ is 6-0 in the finals and then linked with a super team. And
yes.
that was one thing I'm about to say about Michael Jordan too that I noticed. When what was that? What was the 100 top 100 player list ceremony or was the top 50?
No,
top
top 100.
75.
Well, both.
It was the
50
top
and 75. But
it
the
might
one
be
he
recent
the
came
one is
third
late.
year.
75.
Yeah.
The recent one is 75.
Well,
He
as
showed
you
up
know,
late.
and you can tell like he's the GOAT. Did
He's the
y'all
guy.
not see all the NBA players like surrounding him, like trying, like he's Jesus, like they trying to touch the man? It's like,
and
this
that
is
and bro,
crazy.
that's because they understand. This is why what's understood don't have to be explained. He never says he's the GOAT. He never walk around saying he's the greatest. You just know these guys. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you what set Michael Jordan apart from even Kobe Bryant. Do you realize LeBron James has never won a Defensive Player of the Year? Has never won, probably been all defense 1 year. Mike has won every award imaginable. Like dunk contest, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, slam dunk contest, MVP, you name it, he's won it. But as a 2 guard, smaller than a guy that's bigger than him, LeBron 6'8", 6'9", 230, 240 maybe some days, depends on what he
Bigger than
got.
that.
And
He
then you
bigger
look
than that.
at Jordan, like 6'6", 215.
And he's still
The
guarding
most.
power forwards.
But
The most.
what set Michael Jordan apart from a lot of guards is his hands.
Yep.
That dude could do it. I'm talking about, man. I've seen some videos where Mike hands, he palming that ball, and like it was just unreal. So I pray to God that I get the chance to meet him before him or I pass, just so I ain't even got to go up on him. Just let me see him.
Shake your hand.
The closest I ever got to Michael Jordan was to his statue.
Man, I didn't get. I was in Chicago. I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh man, you should, man. It was nice. I took a picture. I gotta find it. Maybe I can find a picture and post it on IG. When I went to Chicago
actually flew, bro. He actually flew. You go watch some
man,
of the
they
stuff.
made a song. I can believe I can fly.
Look, I know we hear, yes, let me repeat this. There is more skill in the NBA today, even though they get away with carrying the other stuff they call. We all know a lot of people couldn't go left back in the 8. We know the game, yes, they're more skilled, but the objective is to put the ball in the basket. With that being said, Michael Jordan, man, Michael Jordan is special, man. Look, that's all we really can just say. Just me looking at his highlights as a child, and just the way he
brought
would
tears to
attack
your
the
eyes.
lane. Just the way he attacked the. I'm talking about in his younger days, not when he was 35 and clever. I'm talking about in the mid 80s. You know, when people want to say there wasn't no athleticism, then a 7-footer is a 7-footer. You know,
Yep.
this man would come down the lane 200. Well, he probably was about 205, 210 then. Straight down the lane, jumping over 7-footers with no regard, man. And that's when the league, like I said, a lot of contact and all that was in the league. It's to this day, it still is eye catching. So obviously, it's not that far beyond. For our eyes to still be amazed by it, even in 2024.
When people still referencing you like Antonio Pierce did in the media day when he named coach and they asked him how to beat Patrick Mahomes, he said you gotta do the Michael Jordan treatment. you gotta hit him. So the most unknown said, in my opinion, to be the best, you have to complete offensively and defensively. MJ is a 9-time all defensive first team versus LeBron 5 and won the defensive player of the year. That's insane. So sorry, LeBron, we didn't mean to make it all about MJ, but that's just how it is. But I guess congrats from me for 40K.
I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Now we seen Kobe Bryant mirror this whole man's skill set, and nobody could fuck with Kobe Bryant in the league at all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kobe was like, you always have somebody that copy, but they take it to a extreme. Like he took it to
so
the way he just wanted.
There's a story of Kobe. They say Phil told Kobe that his hands were too small. Said Mike's hands are too big. The next time he come in the locker room, Kobe got vice grips. Kobe was that dude. Would you say? I bet you won't. And I bet you I will. That's who he was.
Oh man, that's funny. So let's move on to another hot topic. Caitlin Clark. She is the all-time men and women's Division I leading scorer. Most three-pointers in a single season. Second most career three-pointers. Well, this is in women's history. And the second most triple-doubles, and the sixth most assists. So, Flowers, is she the greatest scorer of all time in NCAA basketball?
I don't want to sound. This might sound like I'm a hater or something, but I'm not. Look, Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal scorer. The game's just different. The pace is different nowadays. I just don't know. For me to say she's better than, I like Simone Augustus, and I like. I can keep going and going. Maya Moore. I don't think she's better than Maya Moore. This
Lisa
is my
Leslie.
opinion. I'm just trying to keep it. I'm just thinking about guards and stuff like somebody modern time. I just don't think I've seen some great ladies that come through college. Cheryl Swoops. I'm not even trying to see that name alone, man. Cynthia Cooper. That's
I met Cheryl Swoops one time at a wedding. My uncle married her best
friend.
My uncle married one of her friends.
Even
she was tall.
Reggie's sister, Cheryl.
Cheryl. Yeah, she gave Reggie buckets.
I don't know if I can say Caitlin is just the number one woman that's ever laced them up on the court. She might be in the top 10, 15, but I just don't know if I don't know if I can just step her and say she's one. Like I said, Maya Moore along with somebody like, what I'm saying, Tarazi. These people were special. So I even though Caitlin has the record, I don't know if I'm gonna be bold enough to say she's the greatest woman to ever lace them up.
They were even saying she was buried in Pistol Pete and everything.
That's blasphemy.
Well, that's where they head to. They say, what's that word now they call you if you start with an M? What is it? Misogynistic. Yeah, I think it's misogynistic or something like that.
Oh
Yeah, that's it, ain't it? Yeah. So if you don't agree with that,
Look,
that she's better
look,
than Pistol
man,
Pete, then you
let
don't
me
like
say
women,
this.
basically.
I hope that the same support that Caitlin Clark is getting translates to the WNBA. I
Right.
hope, I honestly hope she saves the WNBA. You know, like her, Angel Reese, all these people that are coming out this year, can go to the WNBA and maybe, the ratings and views can go up and that can allow them to make more money and stuff. That's what I ultimately want to happen, you know.
Right.
So in that aspect, she probably has a bigger touch on the game far as, probably can broaden it out and expand the
Hmm.
women's game. I'll give her that. But just player, no, no, I
Yeah.
ain't doing
Randy brought up a good point. He said, Caitlyn be Steph to those legend bit women? Like, how Steph came to the NBA scene. Could Caitlyn bring that same fire? RC,
it.
what you
Yeah,
think?
So I'm a Caitlin fan. I'm gonna get the jersey. This is a Clark, of course. So I'm gonna put it on my back. I think for me, the reason why I became a fan of her because I watched her last year play with a team that didn't have all the players on it, and she was playing. She was dragging that team through that tournament and got in that game with LSU, and LSU had to fight with her. She was going shot for shot, and I'm big on impact. I feel like all those guys, all those girls we named, they're great players. But I feel like right now in this moment, she's doing something for women's basketball that could none of them do. It's creating the excitement behind it. There's people standing in line around the corner to watch her play. It's not that she's the best player. It is the way she plays. It's Steph Curry taking threes from the logo and that style of play. And then she's a great. If you watch her play, she's good at getting her teammates. She's just as good as a scorer she is. She's a great passer. I'm a big fan of women's basketball. I coach it. I'm around it. So I push and advocate them having their moment in their time now, not having to change their game to be accepted. I feel like when I watch her play, I feel like I'm eager to watch her play. It's like I'm anticipating she's probably gonna make all of her shots. She's that good. But I
Hmm.
think the hardest part about the ones that came before her and then get the love, the appreciation, and the respect, it's because of the men that support it, but they're behind Caitlin, they're behind Angela Reese, they're behind this new wave. But before
mm-hmm.
back in the day, nobody was really pushing it, and ESPN's behind it. Um, but it's propaganda because you could have got it from you could have got that from any other player. It's just right now they want to get behind somebody and they want to push the narrative that she's the best player. Well, she's not. She's just a really good basketball player who takes the 3-pointer has replaced the dunk. Okay. And so
Yeah.
she's a volume shooter of the 3-point shot. And so it's almost mesmerizing watching this woman step across half court and shoot. Her work ethic is just through the roof. So she can be up there with the greatest played. It's her time. And I'm big on who can do more with less. And she's able to do it. So
Yeah, I might have to go back to watching more in WNBA because it's a long
We
time. 'Cause
we know
I
where
used to
she's
love
going.
Indiana Fever.
Yeah, she'll be in
Yeah.
Indiana.
Yeah.
yeah. And so
Uh
Indiana has one of my former players, Victoria Vivian. I used to coach Victoria Vivian, Sky Central. So that'll be a good
Mm-hmm.
pairing with the Boston kid, all them being on the same team. I watched Victoria growing up shooting that same shot from way half court, just jacking it up. But
Toy
the
was a
difference,
bucket in Scott Central.
but the difference is that this girl is shooting it like Steph. It's like that wrist, she's
mhm.
snapping that wrist and she turning and running. So, um, but just catch the college right now. When they get ready to go into March Madness, you're gonna love what you see. She gonna put on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was saying I was
Yeah,
talking about watching more WNBA because back in the day I did
look,
watch it. 'Cause I was a Lisa Leslie fan. I used to watch the Sparks,
Yeah,
I was
uh,
watching
and
Tennessee and
but
everything.
South
watch
Carolina last night.
women's college basketball. Don't watch the WNBA yet. Watch women's college
Yeah,
basketball because the group that's gonna come in is gonna be the group you're gonna follow. And I'm gonna say this one more thing. She reminds me of Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, where it's a quick shot. Everything is like a machine. She's like a robot. And so that's what sets her apart. So yeah, just start watching college women's college basketball. Don't watch WNBA
yeah.
yet.
Gonna watch it yet?
Not yet.
I was betting on it. I was betting on it.
Follow her and Angel Reese and that group, Flage. Follow them into the league, and then it'll merge right. You'll be able to say, okay, it's gonna look a lot better in 2 years too.
So shout out to Caitlin Clark for breaking the record. That's a huge milestone. Huge. So the Celtics are on a winning streak right now. I believe they won 11 games straight, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me read this from Most Unknown real quick. Man, if there was a 3-point line when Pistol Pete played, the scoring title would be literally untouchable, especially if he had played 4 years. Yeah, because he shot beyond the arc, but they always count those
averaging 40 without a 3-point line.
Yes, and some of the shots he took were threes, but they didn't count those. They just count them as twos.
That's why I'm not too big on records, man.
Yeah.
One of the things that Cheryl Swoop said about Caitlin is that she played longer than anybody else played, and that's why you don't break it in a certain amount of time. It's kind of like LeBron breaking Kareem's record. He's like,
just played longer.
You know, you then also you got load management. You got all these different variables that come into play. And so did you truly break the record? But when I watch her play, she's deserving of what she getting because of how humble she is. On the court now, she's nasty, gritty, and mean. But I like that too. I like that. I don't want everybody to be friends. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah. Like we can go talk. We can go talk after the game. You can ask Dustin how we were even in practice. Like I give him elbow real quick as he went up for a layup. It don't matter. Like it don't matter. We know each other. Like when we play a game, no friendship.
Right.
I'm trying to bust you up. All right. Celtics, they on the winning streak right now. RC, well, I want to ask Flowers first. Is this a must-win year for the Celtics? Brown talking all day, like, I locked down Steph. I wanted that. He leave me open. I'm bust y'all till every time. He talking real big talk right now. So is this a must-year win for the Celtics?
I mean, every year probably is a must-win for the Celtics. That's what they expected. Championships, right? That's the city of Boston, as we know, has been for the last 15, 20 years. Their championship town, they expect championships, especially with this team and how it's rolling. They've been beating people during this streak by like 20 points. They blew Golden State out by about 44, 52 or something like that?
Yeah, it was 52, I believe.
Okay, look, that's fine and dandy, and it's regular season though. So let's see y'all take that to the playoffs and do the same thing, because I look, I've been watching and gambling long enough now. Look, do not get excited with these regular season games.
Right.
Let's see how they're, where they are towards the end of the regular season, the health, the wealth of the players. I'm in the mindset of, I don't think, them shooting all those threes are probably going to win a title for them. Probably, you know what? Let me change that. The way the East looks right now, they might walk through it.
It looks real sloppy, don't it?
Yeah, it's so much uncertainty in the East. We don't know what we're gonna get out of Milwaukee, Miami
Knicks
probably. They're injured right now, but they'll be there to play in the playoffs. But we don't, the Knicks. Go on.
Since you mentioned the Knicks, they talk about Jalen and Becky Hammond said, she came out and said, yeah, Jalen's cool and all. Basically said, yeah, Jalen's cool and all, but we need a true number one. So,
well, obviously, I don't want to go to Becky Hammond route and diss him because Jalen Brunson is not 6'7", 6'8", but obviously Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and company, they're not going to win a championship. They need more. I'm not going to disrespect Jalen Brunson and say what he's doing, his contributions is not enough, because it is. He needs somebody that can match it. That's the thing. It can't be just him.
Yeah.
So get him some help. But I mean, okay, look at Jalen Brunson, and I think I said on here, like, Thibodeau, man, He burns players out. Like I don't like Tibbs. You know, I mean, I like him as a person and style. I remember when he first, was coaching it. He was on the Doc Rivers in Boston as, the
Mm-hmm.
defensive coach. Now, I remember all that. Tibbs is a great coach, but he
Old
overexerts these
school.
players.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson gets hurt the other day, and I mean, I don't know how serious it was. I don't know if he was gripping his
I
knee or
think he
his
missed a
leg.
couple of games last week. I think he came back this
Yeah,
week, but he missed the
he
last
came back.
week.
And we had a neck injury or something. But he came back from that, and then he goes down awkward. And I'm just like, shit, it's Tibbs, So that's always the first thought of mine that comes when I see somebody that's playing for him. They go down like that. Like, these people, they're playing 40, 41, 42 minutes a night. And I just feel like the Knicks had a bench deep enough before the trades, definitely now. I mean, you had quickly, you had all these guys. Like Brunson shouldn't be playing no more than
Barrett.
36, 37 minutes,
Yeah. Back to the original point, RC, the Celtics. Is this a must-win year?
Well, I feel like until they beat Miami, gonna be waiting on their ass. I already know how this gonna go down. Miami just lay in the weed, just play, 500 basketball, get in the playoffs, and give everybody all the hell that they can only imagine. So Boston, to me, until I see them do it in the playoffs, this team is not that much different. I mean, they got two more guys. They got the two guys they got in the place of the two guys they got rid of is better.
Right,
But
right.
let's see if they can do it in the playoffs. I believe in the Miami Heat culture. I feel like they'll be right there in the hunt again. I feel like Milwaukee will figure it out. And see, regular season is boring to these guys, man. They want to get to the playoffs, and so
Right.
it'll get a lot more closer, and Jimmy Butler get into playoff mode, and when he see Boston, he'll make them earn it.
Yep.
I think, to me,
See,
they get out of the East, they ain't beating the Nuggets. So
Right.
yeah, I don't have nobody for Jokic, so that'd be terrible. My thing is about the Celtics. They pick and choose who they want to bully. When they need to be bullies every game, night in, night out. They, like I said, Brown talking smack to Curry, like Curry said, yeah, we're gonna leave him wide open. He like, yeah, keep doing that. I like that game plan. Like, where was all this last year when you couldn't go left and you couldn't buy a shot? Now all of a sudden, they the guys. Like I said, I need them to be more consistent in their dog fights. They need to bring it just like that every single night, knowing they the best players on the court. Just like Tatum said, I could be the face of the NBA easily.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stop. I need them to be the dogs. If you're gonna keep talking the talk, man, you gotta show it night in, night out that y'all not here to play a game, especially
But you
when
know
y'all might
what?
come against the Miami Heat and Butler might start talking noise to you. What you gonna do
But
then?
listen to what you're saying though. You shouldn't have to make a dog bark. You get what I'm saying? Somebody come up, the
Yeah.
damn dog should
Mm-hmm.
bark. And that's the mentality that, like RC telling you, that's Miami. Miami has this culture that Boston doesn't have. If you go listen to Haslam and Mike Miller do their podcast, and they talk about everything that's going on down in Miami, as far as like if you're not practicing, you in a circuit doing a workout, you rather be practicing than doing that. Just the culture is different in Miami.
Grind.
Them guys are tough and tested, and
Right.
that stuff matters. When it
Man.
comes down to it.
Like what I like about the Heat too, man. Like their players can catch heat quick. I saw Duncan Robinson not like 3 threes in the back to back, just like that. I'm like, geez.
He's gotten better.
So man, he has picking his game up a lot. They got shooters on their team that can go off at any minute. Most of them saying, in order for Boston to win, Porzingis would be the S factor. One of the few players who is posting players up and using his size playing bully ball. Tatum needs to let everybody else know who's next. That's right. Look, Tatum should have this thing in his mind where he see LeBron aging out. He's like, man, this is my time to step up and be that guy. Go win me a ship this year and continue to build on that. Like he not when last time Jalen Tatum been in the MVP conversation?
There's whispers of it, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
there's
stand out.
whispers. It's
He
like
doesn't
church
stand
mouse.
out enough. He doesn't stand out enough.
For him to be a Kobe fan, he don't have a killer instinct to me.
No,
I think he needs to understand. They need to understand that uh, you do more of your talking with your play. That's what's wrong with the NBA. You know, that's why their regular season is so boring because there are no rivals. There are no.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to talk trash, but it missing something, man. That, a young, they call me the old guy, the old head. Why would I say the young head? The young head tried to tell me, well, that ain't basketball. You hit me. I said, well, basketball's a contact sport. When you drive into the basket, if I'm just olaying and allowing you to score, that defeats the purpose of even playing the game. In National Football League,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let you score a touchdown just for the hell of it.
exactly.
So my thing is there are no true rivals, which there is no competitive, after the in-season tournament, now we don't have this competitive spirit that they had around the in-season tournament. The Pacers look different and the Lakers look different. And so,
They're gonna have.
you having to try to pay for competition. But now that we getting to this point, if they don't win this year, they're gonna blow it up. They got to. Because
They're gonna be able to afford
that
everybody
means
for one.
that means Tatum and Brown, they
Well,
just can't get it done together. But I feel
well, we
like
know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I just feel like you have to try something different because what you're doing ain't working.
Yeah, Kyle Brown was in trading conversations with last year, wasn't he?
But they just
Yeah.
signed. They just gave him a max deal. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there were rumors of him being traded. So they know that this got to get done. Like it's no more lollygagging around, as we used to say. You got to start playing ball and getting these things done.
I hate to say this. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to shorten these games. No, they're gonna have to shorten the games. They're 82 games are, and I'm only
Too
saying this
much.
because of everybody want to say, well, the more, and this is what doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna sit up here and tell me the guys can't play 82 games because they're more skilled now?
They more lazy.
Like, so what's the difference in somebody going side to side with a crossover than somebody just running up and down, running off cuts and screens and everything? What's the difference?
I think the issue.
That's a lot harder. That's a
That's
lot of
why that's why
cardio
I don't
right
buy
there.
that's why I don't buy into the whole this era is more skilled than that era because I can give you a player from each era that I mirror what this player in this era is doing. If you want to know, if you want to see Kyrie Irving, go back and watch Isaiah Thomas. I'm talking about for that height and that size, could score, could handle the ball. Isaiah actually was one of the first guys I seen dribble the basketball with just his fingers. Like so, if you want to see they don't have a Michael Jordan in this league, but they saying Ant is the Michael Jordan, the most athletic guard. And you can pull a guy from each era and say he can play in this era. Yeah, I can go and I can go get a stretch four like Rasheed Wallace, and he can come play in this era. He can shoot
Yep.
from the
Uh-huh.
perimeter. He can play on the block. I can go get players that can play in this era, and they would do really well. But this is the part. This is the problem with this era of basketball is everything's about money. Everything's about lifestyle. They don't love the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nope.
when with the Sunday night game or the Thursday night game or TNT on Tuesday night, when you have to put the Lakers in it for viewership, but it shouldn't be the Lakers. Like watching the Clippers play the Lakers over and over and over. Well, you shouldn't have to. LeBron shouldn't be 39 years old carrying the league, but he's able to do it because the league's watered down. There's no
Yep.
way a 39-year-old Michael Jordan is gonna carry the NBA. It wasn't gonna happen.
I got a question. Are we gonna talk about what Gilbert Arenas said?
Yes, I got it right here.
Okay.
I read it real quick. Gilbert Arenas came out and said this. He blames Europeans for bad defense in the NBA. This is what he said. Get rid of all Europeans. He don't want to see none of them in the league. Get them out. You go to college to learn defense. Okay. What college do Europeans go to? They have no athleticism. They have no speed. They have no jumping ability. They are a liability on defense. They are 150 euros in the league today. Name the top defenders, none. Just Rudy Gobert and the Greek Freak. Other than that,
Mm.
they're all
Mm-mm.
offensive players.
You
Wow, a
know,
lot of from
now
Agent
that
Zero.
now that you read that shit out loud, it sounds even worse.
It sounds stupid.
Yes. You
The
go
guy
you go
they
to college. Well, listen to me. Listen to me.
he said
Gilbert
play
said
defense.
you go to college to learn how to play defense. Defense is not the only thing being learned in college. You're learning how to be
Hell
a
no.
basketball
And most
player,
time they
but
in
we're
zone.
we're far beyond that now because everybody's not going to college. See, this is where he's
Mm-hmm.
not thinking. Everybody didn't go the same route you did, Gil. You went to college. You played at Arizona. You played for Lou Wilson. So nowadays, players not going to college. They're going to G League. They're going overseas. You're talking about the European players. Oh, they didn't go to college. Okay, they went to something better. They played professional ball against grown ups. So they obviously learned fundamentals. I mean, defense is played. I mean, you don't see 151 to 147 games in the Euro leagues.
Oh,
Nope.
So for you to sit up here and say that's the reason the NBA, he pretty much said they changed the rules so the European players could be able to play with the Americans. That is the most foolish shit I've ever heard in my
yeah.
life. To sit up here and say that the European and maybe to when they first started coming in the league, like back in '91, yeah, like I can sit up here and say, yeah, Tony Kukoc wasn't ready to play with these grown ass men over here back in the early '90s. But fast forward 20, 30 years to now, they're getting the same. They're getting the same kind of treatments, the workouts. So it's an equal playing field. I just Gil, I think Randy might have just said this in the chat. Gil's just trying to draw attention for his shit. That's it. Like that's just the dumbest stuff a professional could ever say. Gil, you didn't play defense. So
No.
where's this great defense? Like where's this great
Like
defense that
my
Gilbert Arenas is talking about right now?
I that's why I understand. Then like even Kobe played in Euro ball. And like, so is he taking a shot at Kobe? Cause Kobe played, he grew up in that
No.
system. Like, it doesn't matter.
No.
Like Euro, like he
I mean,
taking a shot at Europeans.
it's a shot at white people.
Yep.
You know,
I'm gonna
he's
tell
pretty
you.
much saying that white people are the reason why they can't keep up with the brothers, and that's why they changed. That's what Gilbert Arenas is saying.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous. And
I feel
go
some
ahead,
type of
RC.
way about it because had a white man said this, that they need to
Yep.
get rid of all the African American players out of the NBA, or all the black players out of the NBA, or he said Hispanic players. That's racism, man.
Yes.
That's that. And then he said with such conviction, knowing that, well, not understanding that Jokic is also in this league and then won some Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, you Greek
Mark
Freak
Gasol
and
won Defensive Player of the
yeah,
Year.
Yeah,
Marcus.
Saul brothers. Mm-hmm.
But Kim Olajuwon's not from America. I mean,
Exactly.
this is the issue I have with Gil, though. It's like you want to blame. I understand what you're trying to say by saying that they adopted the European style of basketball and they brought it over here. But what do they have to do with the Americans that don't play defense? Because I'm watching
Exactly.
American-born players who don't play defense. James Harden is not known for defending. Chris Paul was not known for defending. Carmelo Anthony was not known for defending the basketball. He was not a great defender. A lot of these guys that play were not great defenders. So that's not the answer either. The biggest mistake they've ever made in sports is giving these ex-athletes and current athletes podcasts because everybody has an opinion and everybody's trying to one up the other person what the other person said with these clickbait and all these crazy outlandish things that they saying to just try to
Mm-hmm.
draw attention to themselves. You're criticizing the current state of the league. They're making the league relevant and watchable because
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis could be defensive player every year, but he's not consistent and reliable enough. All right. Then you looking at Shea Alexander. He's not from here. If we take the European players and the
Mm-hmm.
foreign players out of the league, who the hell we gonna watch? Because I ain't watching Jalen Green every night. I'm not watching LaMelo ball every night. I'm not watching. I'm not watching Halliburton shoot that ugly ass shot every night. See what I'm saying?
He
Jaylen
had
Brown
0
not doing
points one
that.
night.
But
That
that's
was
my
bad.
point. It's a good mixture in the league right now. To say to get rid of all the foreign or European players, that's just stupid. That's stupid.
That's
Luke, you don't send Luka
asinine.
home.
Crazy.
Because that don't make any sense. Because, like I said, I forgot what point of time when they transitioned over to no hand checking, none of them hard fouls. When they start getting,
2004.
when they start, that's when
I
the
think after
defenses start.
Yeah.
That's
But
when it
listen,
start waning. When they start
you
getting
can
rid of
play
hand checking, start
defense.
getting not be flagrants.
You can play defense without putting your hands on somebody.
Yes.
Okay, but you can also play defense with putting your hands on somebody. You can touch and get your hands off of them. You can kind of get your body in front of them. When they shoot the ball, you get the hand in front of the face. It's other ways to play defense. You don't have to chuck a man every time. It's the guy's coming down the lane. He's LeBron James. You can meet him at the 3-point line or the free throw line and cut him off.
Yeah,
But
you gotta cut
instead,
that
You
you
off.
don't.
kind of just
You
move
get out
out
the
the
way.
way and let him dunk. Or better yet, non-contested 3-point shots. You allow them to travel when they do get a breakaway. It's not just the European players. It's the NBA prioritizing scoring over defense. You can see it.
Yeah,
They
that's what I'm
want
getting
points.
at. Scoring.
It's not the
They want
foreign
more
players. It's
points.
not
Not
credit.
because they implemented. You saw the progression of them trying to change how players were playing defense over the years. When they
Yeah.
start giving flagrant ones and twos for little
And
tic
you know
tac
what?
things that wasn't mean up
People
too much.
people
Get
don't
rid
think
of the
about little
European
things
players.
like this, like the reset of the shot clock. They don't reset it to 24 seconds no more. They reset it to 14 to rush
Yeah.
up the offense. Yeah, it's little things like that
But
that people don't
you
Mm-hmm.
catch.
also got high school kids and one and done players and undeveloped players, more
Right.
American born. They're coming into the league. They don't prioritize, like they don't value and they don't want to be coached. They don't value putting in work the way the foreign player plays. I think, like I said, Gilbert Arenas, and when he does this, he stands on it and he tries to be correct and he want to be like, you know, like he bashes the older players and then you turn around and do this. And but like you said, one of y'all said that he didn't play defense and he wasn't a
Yeah.
superstar. He had a small
Mm-hmm.
window of being great, and I think he went to his damn head because Baron Davis was better than him to me. That's just my opinion. Go look at
Yeah,
Baron Davis
Baron
highlights
Davis
and
was
Wales.
Oh,
Baron,
he
prop.
carried
Gil,
he
So
yeah.
Gilbert can score his ass off,
yeah,
but this the shit he's saying just don't make any sense
no,
because we go back and talk about you, Gil. You wasn't a two-way player. Like you didn't defend
at
on
all.
one end and go back and drop 25, 30. Your legs were used for offense. Like
Yep.
you hear it time and time again when they say role. This is when they say role player, like players have a role.
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert Arenas' role was not to play defense, especially on the best player. You don't want Gilbert wasting his legs on defense. You want his legs for offense. That's always has
Yep.
been. That's why Scotty guarded, the best player because they didn't want Michael Jordan's legs being wasted on defense the whole game. It's just how the game has always been
Yeah.
played. I don't get Gilbert Arenas. Like you say, he wants some
But
defense.
that's why I always.
Then he should attack AAU ball too. I don't remember. I've been to AAU. I actually
Yeah, they
almost
don't
tried out for
coach
AAU too
defense.
when I come over. They don't teach defense, and they
They don't.
teach you how to run the
No,
lanes. They don't even
no.
play the passing lane. They don't even play the
This the
passing
funny
lanes
thing.
anymore on defense. So
You
that's
that's why players don't go to college because you have to become something what the NBA isn't. Like college is probably the last thing that teaches structure, how to actually be a role player on a team, whether it's, you first option or fifth
being a
option.
defense specialist.
The NBA is all about dollars, me selling my my name and my brand,
Mm-hmm.
this and that. But the kids are not going to college no more. That's the problem.
Right.
They're not going to college.
Mm-hmm.
If it's up to me, and I know this gonna sound like some shit because the world is so rushed. I don't believe in development over here. That's why shit's so fucked up over here. Excuse my
Mm-hmm.
language. But kids need to go to going back to college,
For 2
2 year
years.
minimum.
Yep.
2 year minimum. because
They're like,
we can't
but
like.
Flowers, I got
Go
to
ahead.
make that bread for my family. They like, I can't go
Okay, wait,
cop
wait,
for
wait,
2
wait, wait,
years.
wait, wait,
That's
wait a
you
minute,
know
wait
what
a
they
minute, wait a
gonna
minute,
say.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. NIL, there's no excuse.
Not no more.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Not
no
But
anymore.
excuse. You got
but
NIL
this,
money, like they're giving you millions of dollars to come to
Caitlin
go to
Clark
school and play.
made a ton of money.
Yeah,
but
she
see,
like
here's the issue.
all these players like Bronny got 3.5, and Angel
They don't.
Reese, she Reebok and all this, Caitlin Clark,
And her
and then
teammate.
the women can take that money to the their NIL deal to the WNBA.
But
See?
see, the issue too is the NBA's problem is their American product is a bad product. So after
Yep.
KD, LeBron, Steph, those guys go out the league, what's coming behind them isn't as good what's coming from overseas. Like, just being honest, if you just look at Ant, if he don't get hurt and just around his age, who else? It's just, hey, he can go up against the best they have to offer. Because even Kyrie, they're getting up in age. And
Yep.
they're not gonna be able,
34, 35.
yeah, so you're not gonna be able to just keep sending them over there for that. But I feel like this in closing, man. I feel like um, that whole I need to take care of my family. No, that used to be the excuse back in the day. Now I want to buy as many cars as I can buy. I want to get rich and sleep with all the porn stars that I used to watch. I want to this. Their whole mindset is I want to do whatever fulfill all my fantasies. Look at Zion Williamson, undisciplined, it's like I got the money now.
Unmotivated.
Let me do all the things I always wanted to do with the money versus go and work at my craft. I really love this game, get better at it, and make even more money. It's all about self
Yep.
promotion. That's why you're seeing all these videos coming out of these guys hunching each other. These guys got a lot of. They have no mentors. They have no kind of like
Guidance.
professionalism about them. Man, they don't have nobody like when Charles Barkley and Shaq is criticizing them or critiquing them. They hear it as hating, but they just telling them, "Hey, man, look, you
This what you
guys,
need to do.
you guys are in the league for all the wrong reasons. You guys y'all take this for granted. Where those older guys, they loved the game. They would probably play it for free. But yeah, man, the league it's boring and it's in a bad spot. So
It is. It is. The muscle known said Cuba beat USA in the FIBA American Cup last week, 81-67. At one point of time, NBA bench player used to watch international players, how the tables have turned. Then he said, don't blame the Euros. Blame, like I said, AAU. I seen AAU tournaments. I've been, like I said, I almost tried out for a team. I decided not to. International actually developed their players.
Oh,
The
look,
European
we
development model for youth basketball is the best
we
at
don't disagree.
all
We
time
don't
high.
disagree at all.
Right. Like
I
even
Stone,
when
you
you
are
watch some of
spot
the
on.
Asian players, man, like they
so
Look,
fundamentals.
the issue with AAU
go ahead.
22 plus years in AAU. When I first started coaching AAU, we used to go to the actual college campus and was able to visit the college campus. They cut it out because it's an unofficial visit. And players that was the route you could get the scholarship. Well, with the new pay to play, you got the transfer portal, JUCO, then you got the high school kids. So the high school kid is the last option now. You got to be really good to get a high school scholarship. You got to be in that top 100. But in the AAU, everybody want to have their name on the front of a jersey. You got drug dealers, you got all types of
Yep.
people who got a team. Everybody got a team. The dog pound, the wolf pack, the dog pack. But there's too many teams and not
Slime
enough talent.
boys.
They got is picking quantity over quality. And
Yep.
so the team that I have right now, Magnolia Heat, shout out to them. The girls side, we're trying to build it up. They was down and trying to get it built up. And it's like trying to find players that commit. It's hard and difficult. To just having the love of the game. But a team that's coached by me gonna play defense. Gonna hang your hat on defense because
Already.
if you're not gonna be able to score offensively, you're gonna have droughts. You're gonna be able to score defensively, turn them over. But
On the break.
Transition basketball at its
it'll get
finest.
better before it'll get worse before it get better because the NBA gonna have a problem when players start electing to stay in school because they're getting so much money. See, NFL already finna have an issue.
Oh, college,
But-
college. The NFL already seeing it with some college players like they can opt out, but they
But
stand for
but you
3
know what
years.
though,
They
the
stand
NFL,
longer.
the NFL is not gonna. That's not gonna hurt the
They ain't
NFL
gonna hurt.
No.
because
No, it's
you
not.
always had to stay in the NFL for a minimum of 3 years.
3 years. Yeah,
Shoot, they even better
right.
for them. 4 years. They say they can go and get their degree, so they
Yeah.
want
But
to go back.
think about it. It'll never hurt one of these programs if a star stays.
Yeah.
That's not hurting it. If a star decides, like if
They getting more
Caleb
money.
Clark could have stayed another year, but what's the point?
Right. Like you said in the NFL, like you can stay off 4 years, and we see older quarterbacks coming out now. So it's a time to change. All right, let's go ahead and dive into NFL real quick. We're just going over some news and notes. If I can pull it up. Try to be organized here. All right. The Buccaneers have released Shaq Barrett. Y'all surprised by that?
No.
I haven't heard much this past season. So
It's hurt.
I'm a Saints fan too, so there we go. The Jets have given Zach Wilson permission to seek a trade.
She did that last year.
The Eagles have released former All-Pro safety Kevin Byard. That's sad. That's
wasted
sad.
some draft picks.
Yeah.
Just to cut
Dang,
the
Kevin
game.
must stunk it up. Like he did allow some deep passes out there, but everybody now saying he's cool. He could have been that cool if he did good with the Tennessee Titans. Then all of a sudden the Eagles see
the Eagles didn't have any kind of structure. Obviously, now that the season's played out, we can definitely say it. What's the structure for the Eagles? You can't blame
the whole
him.
secondary wash. The only good person was number Slay, and he struggled at times tackling at that. So they got a lot of problems on their hands, especially in the secondary. The Cowboys released All-Pro Tyron Smith. Cowboys are like SpongeBob with the foul, everything's on fire. They can't remember their name. So Cowboys fans, they like, oh, I'm done with this team.
Tyron Smith's been there a very long time.
Right.
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah.
It's just like we move on from Arstead. It just happened, guys. Nothing.
I remember when they signed that young man to a 10-year deal, Tyron Smith. He was like 21, 20. They signed him early to like a 10-year deal.
Yep, they got their money's worth too. Mike Evans signed a 2-year deal worth up to $52 million. Who would figure he would be the better Mike in the NFC South? That's crazy.
I did. I always
compared to Thomas.
Yeah, Mike Thomas was a dog on last 2 years.
Mike Evans been. Let's be real here. Mike Evans has been the better player since college.
Since college, bro.
Yeah.
You caught. Your boy was a flash in the pan, bro. He
wasn't no flash in the pan. He got hurt. All because he tried to prove
one
good
year.
coaches.
One good year.
1 good year. He done it over 5 years. Empty.
Nah.
And he got the catch record.
And Mike
Come
Evans
on now.
has done it in 10, 11 years. 1,000 yards.
He's just lucky guy he didn't get hurt.
Mike Evans been hurt. He come back and still play. Michael
Wait,
Thomas.
Mike.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Not that, but not like Mike Thomas when he missed 2 years of football.
But listen, Michael Thomas missed football 1 year. You know he wasn't hurt. You know he set out. When Breeze retired, he wasn't coming back.
He didn't want to come back.
Hey, man, they gave him the false diagnosis, man.
What they say, the best ability is availability.
That's true. All right. L'Jarius Sneed was franchise tagged today. So the Chiefs took care of that. And
maybe they still might trade him. You never know.
L'Jarius Sneed?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yes, there was an extra $20-30 million to the cap. Okay, you sign Chris. You gotta sign Chris Jones back. You can you can afford to play around with Snead because you got McDuffie on the other side. You know, so
Snead was a big contributor.
but he's almost 30. So you can trade him.
You trying to cut him loose before he get too old?
I'm just saying you can trade Snead, get some value from it. Obviously, the Chiefs can draft well. They found McDuffie. He's only been in the league 2 years. They found him.
That's true.
You know, so
that's true. All right. The bigger news is Russell Wilson was released today. I think that count what 82 million versus a cap, the biggest cap hit in history.
Get your money, Russ.
Let me make sure I have that correct. I think
it was 82, correct. 83, I want to say.
Amongst unknown says, as a Bronco fan, wherever Russ go, I hope he balled the F out. Big mistake getting rid of him. I am like questioning Sean Payton's leadership. Come on, Monster. No. Like, man, look, can you just leave Sean Payton out of this, man? Like, come on.
Man, bring this man on the show. bring that man on the show because he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. I know who it is. I think I know who most unknown is.
I've been trying to figure out who most unknown is for a while. I had two people in mind. Now, like, nah, after talking to him,
probably Justin Chaney.
Yeah, I was thinking Justin is a Broncos fan.
He's a Broncos fan. So check this out. Here's the catch with Russ. Like, this is how I know it's Sean Payton. If Russ, when he was with, hold on, listen now. When he was with Nathaniel Hackett, if Russ don't have that year, we're not having this conversation.
That's true.
If Russ don't go through that bullcrap year with that coach that was not ready to be in that position, then we don't have this conversation. I believe Sean Payton still have him on the team. Sean Payton is coming in and he wants to put his stamp. He wants to put his little brain in his system. But then also, I don't understand the whole asking Russ to give you money back when you cut him and you finna pay all his money. It don't make sense.
Anyway, exactly.
So it tells me that your guy don't have a clear understanding of what the hell he's doing. Case in point, when he was in New Orleans. Now listen to what I'm saying. When he was in New Orleans, he probably had two teams that should have won a Super Bowl. But the issue with him was it was all about Parcells has this, Belichick. They all come from the same tree. Parcells, Belichick, Payton. They want to get cheap labor. I can win games with nobodies. See, Pierre Thomas, all these guys weren't just big names in college. That's a yesterday mindset. You got to pay your top player. You need a quarterback that's done it. You need running backs and receivers and Patrick Surtains. You need dudes. See, that's why Belichick don't have a job, because he still want to get McDonald's and Burger King guys to do a job. And you can't win with nobodies. You got to win with somebodies. And you got to develop them nobodies. But the Broncos drafted well. They had, to me personally, free agency, they did well. But you're getting rid of those players to bring in younger players. You're not going to have that much time.
Sean Payton always built from the ground up. So you have to trust
Drew Brees was not from the ground up, sir. He was not from the ground up.
But the rest of the team was. And that's the problem he has with Russ, because he's not what he's looking for, pretty much. If Sean Payton don't like what he sees with Russell, then of course he's going to get rid of him.
You look at Russ stats this year comparable to anybody else's stats. Let's say 15 quarterbacks. He in the top 10. Go look at his numbers. Top 10, top 12. Okay.
Yeah, he picked up in the second half of the season.
Okay. He didn't have a bad year. You still got rid of him. He beat the team that the 49ers could beat in the Super Bowl. The Baltimore Ravens could beat in the playoffs. He beat that team.
But there was emphasis of what the crap is going on with Russell Wilson. Like there was areas where you were scratching your head, like, what is he doing?
But you're not hearing it. It wasn't because of Russ. It's because this guy in his mind already, you know how somebody already got in their mind that they don't purposely misunderstand you. You already had in your mind you didn't want him. So
I don't think that was Sean Payton what he thought when he first got. He tried to get Russ in the Wars. Like, I feel like
it wasn't the case. You chewing him out on the sideline. Russ he looked confused, dude. We started 0-5, bro. We rolling.
I don't think he was chewing Russ out. I really don't think Sean Payton was aiming his anger at him. I think he was just especially his overall frustration on what's
Because
going on because they started in the red zone like that. And then the pass he threw away was a throwaway pass. It was 4th down, I believe.
When you call Russ and you say, "Hey man, I want you here, but you're gonna have to get rid of that injury clause," and Russ was like, "Sierra, get this phone. This is how we roll." Sing with me. How we roll. You better get off my goddamn phone. We not. Russ like, we ain't finna do. I'm gonna give you.
And that's why he's gone. But
bro, listen. That's when the relationship went to the shitter. Phone got hung
Let me
up.
say something real quick.
Go ahead.
How can Sean Payton and the Broncos management ask Russ to sacrifice money when they treated him like shit?
Come on, man.
He was being treated like that before Sean Payton got there. Like all this was going on in the organization before Payton got there.
That makes it even worse though, because Sean comes in. I can say I can do this for Russ. And then obviously you don't like him. It becomes apparent. So how can you sit up here and tell me that at any particular time during this short stay of Russ and Sean Payton together, that Sean Payton had Russ's best interest?
At all. He did.
I think he did. I really think,
bro.
Russ came in with the game plan.
Listen to me. At the same time, you saying that, I think he did. Shit, that shit is past tense.
Bro.
It's just like I know the feel. It's just like I had a quarterback in the first beginning of the season, and I said I thought I can work with him. Then as the season progressed, I'm like, bro, I'm in trouble. Like this is not going to work. It happened.
Another question.
It happened.
One more question. If the Walton family doesn't want to front this bill, what the hell does Sean Payton do then?
Listen, bro. I'm gonna say it again.
I don't really think it was Sean. I think it was collectively they made the call on Russ. It was just not Sean Payton.
John Gruden go back to Oakland. He signed Antonio Brown. That was a shit show circus. He tried to rebirth Derek Carr. That was a shit show. He tries to do all this different stuff with the cap. Shit show. Okay, it didn't work because all you did was try to bring the $2,000 the early years you had with the Bucks or the old Raiders and bring it into this era. It didn't work. Yeah. Okay, now let's move on. Belichick after Brady. Brady's gone. I'm finna try to get me another Brady. I'm gonna go get Mac Jones from the Alabama and have him out here with nobody throwing to nobody because Brady could do it. Mac Jones could do it. Good. We don't even know what kind of quarterback Mac Jones is because you didn't help his development. Then you go get Cam Newton and think, Cam was able to win with nothing in Carolina. He really finna come here and win with absolutely nothing in New England. Good. So watch where I'm going. Now I'm going over to Pittsburgh. Same thing. We're good with Kenny Pickett because you don't want it. It's in your mind that you can. I won a Super Bowl one time with this way, and I'm going to do it again. It has not happened. Now your guy win one Super Bowl off a miracle. Super Bowl.
What?
Come
on
miracle.
now.
Hold on.
Cut your mic. Come on now.
Win the one Super Bowl, Flowers. Now all of a sudden he's a guru and he's worth all this money or to be traded for. Which Gruden got traded for, comes to Broncos. The Broncos team, Chubb was already gone, but you had talent. You got talent everywhere. Jerry Jeudy, you got a good running back.
Acting like a prima donna lately.
But because you want to implement what you did in New Orleans, it's like meet a new girl. I get a divorce, meet a new woman, and try to carry the shit I was doing with this woman, with that woman. Let it go, Ben. You made one too. Let it go. He don't want you.
My thing is Denver was looking promising till the final games of the season. So something had happened.
Denver was catching a lot of breaks defensively, a lot of turnovers during that period they was winning.
Yeah, they forced, I think, Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions in that game.
If I'm not mistaken. Listen to me, bro. Russell Wilson finna go off. Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
So let me ask you this: why did Seattle let go? Why did Pete Carroll and them?
It was this whole mindset. Yeah, bro, you gotta understand. It's kind of like at some point it's business. And this guy been there that long. You see, why would Seattle get rid of Pete Carroll? He didn't have a bad year last year. He made the playoffs the year before. He wasn't declining. He was not Belichick.
He was old.
He got rid of Russ too.
They want to get rid of the regime. If Russ go right now, I'm gonna give you a team that he fit perfectly with. He go to Pittsburgh, which he not, because that guy over there just as crazy as
I
the
don't even think
guy.
they'll win with Pittsburgh. I don't think
Yes,
they'll
he
win with
would.
Pittsburgh.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would, because Russ, he'll have a good defense to hide it. He won't have to go out and try to do it all by himself. A good
He's
defense,
not the same. He's not
a
the same
young
guy.
receiving core, a better offensive line. Okay. Then the second team. Now, in my heart, I like Tua, but if you put Russell Wilson in Miami, they're going somewhere. I made this suggestion. I told the guys that I said, I like Brock Purdy. But how dangerous would the 49ers be with Russell Wilson versus Brock Purdy? Would you want to deal with that? Would you want to deal with that? Would you
I
want to deal with
mean,
Russell
seeing from what I
Wilson?
saw how he played in Seattle the last few years,
I ain't talking
and seeing
about
how he
that.
played about the Broncos, and he might be. I
He
ain't
had
scared of
one
Russ.
bad year, bro. He had one bad year.
One bag.
But he
Yeah.
had. Did he not have Kenneth Walker, a rookie Kenneth Walker, and he
They
had
made the playoffs,
DK?
They made the playoffs.
But still, it was a down year for him. I
What?
mean, the defense played up to par.
So you consider, that's what I'm saying. You reaching. If he gets to Denver with Nathaniel Hackett, who they fired in the middle of the season, but Russ looks bad. Okay, then he comes in the next year, they start 0-5, and then he picks it up and he takes off. He start playing better, and even he said it. Hey, we had turned the corner. We had got better, and then y'all called me about the injury clause, and now all of a sudden it's an issue. It never was about Russell Wilson. It was about they wanted. I don't even know what it was about, because you still wind up having to pay him the money you didn't want to pay him. So I don't know.
Sean just don't want him. That's just plain and simple.
Why
Walton
you saying
family is
Sean?
sensitive.
And
Sean don't want
maybe
him.
the GM didn't want him. Maybe GM was like,
No,
hey
No,
Sean,
the
man,
Sean
guy, the
like
guy from Walmart
no.
worried about
Sean
how
doesn't want him.
worried about if he
They
gets
paying
senior
Sean
grade.
paid too much damn money for you talking about a damn GM.
Walmart ain't worried about no
yes,
Russell Wilson.
Randy,
They worried about.
he is a locker room cancer. He is.
Come on, man.
A locker room
Look,
resolution
when you
locker.
have your offensive lineman trying to fight you on the field, and your
Man.
backup quarterback, forgot the kid's name, had to take up for Russ, then we have issues, guys. You
Because you
can't
know
deny
why?
that.
Let me explain something to you. You know why the offensive lineman was trying to fight Russell Wilson? Denver done been through some crap the last 3. It's a lot of frustrated players on that team, man. That team has changed a lot in 2 years, and finna look different in a third year. There's no clear direction, no clear. What
Nope.
are we really?
I think it
What we
is.
doing?
I think they're
Sean
gonna
Payton
make a
won't make
move.
it. He won't make it past year 4.
No,
Okay,
he'll be out of the league, retired.
okay.
This
Make
is
him
last
eat them
job,
words,
man.
Sean. Make him eat them
And
words,
then,
Sean Payton.
and guess what, Sean? Guess what just entered the building? Jim Harbaugh. Oh, it's gonna be on like hot butter popcorn. You know how he coming. You know how he get down. Come on.
He
And
might
then the
shake
Raiders.
Sean's hand too hard. He might try to fight him. You never know.
Come on, bro. You know the Raiders. You know how the Raiders coming. So what they lead the Broncos?
Okay, we're gonna see. Sean Payton gonna turn it around. Also known said, call me crazy, but I believe my Broncos just took a step back, 5-year step back. Dude on the show now realize we still need to replace the O-line, get new receivers. Sean didn't want Russ from the jump. I don't believe Sean didn't want Russ from the jump. I really don't believe it, because he tried to get him in New Orleans.
You know what y'all gonna do? They're gonna draft J.J. McCarthy from Michigan and get their brain.
They are. Man, JJ, he jumping. His stock is rising right now.
Red flag. Red flag.
His stock is rising, man.
But
RC, you not happy for your guy? You not
He's
happy
not
for
good.
your
RC know the real.
I know he don't throw. He throw the ball. He put the balls in home way. He doing something that, you know how many times I saw Brock Purdy throw the ball to a guy just dropped the ball? Well, watch J.J. McCarthy. J.J. in college was literally throwing the ball to the other team. They just didn't pick it off. They hit him with the run game.
Well, they talking about him leaping into the first round now.
Well, they can do this every year. They leap somebody into the first round. They do this crazy stuff like, it's going to be a guy. But J.J. McCarthy is not Anthony Richardson from the freaking Colts at all. J.J. McCarthy is he's a good quarterback. He's okay. But he ain't somebody you take top 5. Where you going to? It's going to be your guy. Your guy going to take a risk on it, going to take a chance on it.
Nah, Sean Payton probably gonna trade up for
You know who he is before we move on? You know who he is? He's gonna be two players. He's either gonna be Baker Mayfield or he's gonna be Zach Wilson. Pick one.
No,
Pick one.
I think the Broncos might go after Penix.
Please don't let Penix.
They ain't got the offensive line to protect Penix.
Sean Payton's known for building offensive lines.
Oh,
that's something.
God.
We had top 5 O-line every year when Sean Payton was
you
there.
treat Sean Payton like he's Phil Jackson.
I was just saying he know how to build O-line. I give the man credit. He knows how to do that. And the Denver O-line was playing a little bit better. The run game was sucking.
Listen,
but
how many games? What has he done in Saints history outside of winning that one Super Bowl? Like, he's Mike McCarthy.
I mean, you saw the stats. RC, we had them one of the top 2 teams in the win percentage.
Mike McCarthy has a Super Bowl, man.
10 years or something like that. I mean, we just had bad breaks. Yeah, we had bad breaks, man. NFL was after us, and we couldn't get them off our back. My bad. I mean to say NFL. I mean to say Rob. You know, he was after us. He was headhunt us because he couldn't pin more stuff on us. He couldn't pin more stuff on us from Bounty. He was livid.
Look, out of all the teams in the National Football League, the Saints are not the team that they after. Trust me.
I mean, I got other highlights to show y'all. I can show y'all highlights to show that. Yeah,
you're not a threat to the NFL.
I'm a victim, RC. Don't blame me. I'm a victim. He said, said, sorry, Swift, but Sean Payton's Doc Rivers of NFL. Still right at one championship. Y'all need I'm about to shut this whole thing down. I'm about to shut this whole thing down because
you talking about a bomb right
my coach.
Hey, look, I just want my friends and family to understand. Love me like being little Sean Payton, like Shay love LeBron James. Love me like that.
Hey, speaking of Shay, let's get into overtime. We'll watch this clip real quick. All right, welcome to Overtime, guys. Y'all don't know what overtime is. We basically like TMZ Sports, where we talk about athlete lives, you know, off the studio or on the court, off the court type incidents. So there's a video of Shannon Sharpe. I'm not gonna show the whole video. I'm just show you a couple of seconds of it because I think that's what everybody's talking about. So here it is. Do I need to give like a caption to what's going on, or just let people see it, or?
Everybody in the world knows, so I mean, at this point,
okay,
they know what's going on.
So everybody making fun of Shannon Sharpe for this. Oh, that's definitely not it. That's me playing Apex.
Right?
Hey, you see I try to sneak in my clips on the show. Oh, that's wild. I thought I clicked.
I was in his Negro for the shoot Shannon Sharpe. Run, Shay.
Hold up, man. I know I clicked on that clip. Hold on. Let me see who's. Okay, here it is.
Here's the final stop of the day. The wine to the line. Started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done. Because this one we signed up for.
So he go into a liquor store and they talking about him, how he got the car and how he's standing and how he's walking with his man bag. So RC, with all this, I want to say negative comments, whatever people saying about him, is this warranted on Shannon?
So this is what Shannon's going through right now. You bring when you invite negativity onto your show, at some point in time, it's like it's following him around. Like Cat Williams went back into oblivion. You don't really hear about him since he sat on his couch and aired out everybody. Now everybody's like following Shannon. It's like the the other side of success. You know, it's like he's target now, and a lot of people don't know Shannon's had two major hip surgeries, knees, back. He's had a lot of injuries from, and so it's affected the way he walk.
Yeah.
And then in this day and time, as a man, um, these guys wearing makeup, these guys wearing bags, wearing skirts, so it's all running in there together. Not gonna question his sexuality. I just feel like he's just targeted, and it comes along. It's kind of like what I talked about with Cam Newton. It's like you invited this energy, with a lot of things, a lot of decisions he's made, and it's like just bad energy. And my question is for our people, is why do we care so much? And why do we target one another? Why do we use these platforms to tear one another down? Like why is always us? Like if you go in the comments and you just read, it's us. Calling the man gay, talking about how he walk, it's like it's like the other races like let me get in. We can't they can't even get in to get in and say that because it's just us
They all
compounding
over
and loading it down. It's like that's the thing, Ben. I think you need to be prepared if you want to make this thing take off and be successful. People are going to criticize you. People are going to criticize me. Going to criticize Flau. It's like because it's not going to be people. It's going to be our people. We critique each other too hard. We look at the flaws. We worry about shit that don't really matter. But as men in the public eye, I don't know that I want to be famous, guys. I just want the money. I don't want everybody watching me. I don't want everybody critiquing my family. And this the end result. You may be having a bad day, and that bad day, you got 2 million people calling you gay. That's affecting him mentally too. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Right. What's so funny is RC. I talked about our podcast a lot, and I post clips and post us, and my dog's like, "You need to stop posting all the time. If you get too big, I want people coming after us." I'm like, nobody will come after us. He's like, I think about sometimes the stuff I say. I'm like, yeah, well, LeBron fans might come after me. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But, I did think it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. But when I saw the video, he stepped out. I didn't know he had two hip placement surgery. So how good of a shape he's in, I wouldn't have thought that. Cause I never really asked him to walk.
That goes back to what I was saying about performance enhancement drugs. So one of the downsides to side effects to taking enhancement drugs is bone deterioration, like
bone density.
Ron Coleman, that big body builder, whatever.
That's a good example.
Like you look at him, he can barely walk, and so Shannon he might not ever admit it, but Shannon's to keep that mass. As you get older, you lose muscle mass. You're doing something, and so it's a side effect to it. Shannon played in the NFL. Yeah, he had injuries, but it's like 2 major hip and knees and stuff like that. So
hip is terrible to have surgery on.
Total hip replacement. So I just feel like, man, and then the clothes that he's wearing and the bag, it just
that don't help.
Yeah, the bag, like it was the bag for me, orange. I don't like orange, but it was just so vibrant, so bright that it just stood out. So when I saw him got the car, I was like, but I always thought that kind of Shannon was kind of feminine on the feminine side. Not saying feminine is bad, but I always thought he was just a little more feminine because of all the hygiene care he does. Like he told Chad Ochocinco he brushes teeth like how many times? 4 or 5?
7?
I don't know.
It
was a absurd amount of time. I always just thought he had feminine side hygiene wise to him, especially with the man bag. And I always saw him carrying around the little Pomeranian dog. I was like, man, that's kind of. But Shannon's a big dude, so
I think we as men, generations are different. I think he's a rich black man. And so he cares about his appearance, cares about his body, he cares about his hygiene, he cares. And so that's the downside of having a camera in your face all the time.
Yep.
He's dyeing his hair at this point in his life, but he's on TV. He's being critiqued more now than he's ever been. When you get 5 million views or 50 million views, however many views he got on that Cat Week at the world, you just interjected yourself into a lot of people's lives and homes. So, and now he's being highly. This whole gay thing came from that stylist that he had. That was a gay man, and he had him sit right beside him.
Well, I heard that was his cousin. The guys
but
that he carried, he take it around with him. It was
but
his
see, as
sister's
men on this
son or
panel,
something.
if you see me tomorrow with a gay man, I'm in the car. See, this is what you got to understand. It's a pattern been broken. You ain't never seen that. You've never seen me do that, right? But then you just see me all of a sudden. I'm just with this guy all the time. I don't care how much of a man you are, or how much of how I'm comfortable with myself. That's a bad look if that's not what you own. See what I'm saying? Because we don't care. We don't care what people say, but I don't see you with a gay man all the time, right? And so with Shannon, when he popped out with that, it was like, okay. And but that's just comes along with it. The world is still not comfortable with that. I myself for years wasn't comfortable with it until I got a younger brother that's that way, and I had to learn like what he do in his life has nothing to do with me. In the words of the inmate R. Kelly, hey, what you eat don't make me shit. So I mean, it's your life, not mine, and that's what we got to understand on a more personal walk. Why are people so invested in this dude? He ain't did nothing wrong with nobody.
Like what's so crazy about it? Yeah, like they expect him to be a certain way, but people always looking for dirt to try to make you look negative in a negative light. And reading the comments, people are turning on Shannon. They're like, "Oh, Shannon's different now. Shannon this and that." Ever since he went to ESPN, he's a puppet. He's saying all these crazy things now. It's amazing how he was beloved once he loved Skip and stood up to Skip, and now everybody like, "Oh, he changed now. Look at what he got on. Look what he's doing."
But who is it though? Say who it is.
It's black. It's black people. That's what it is. I don't know why they do that. I really don't. Like Shannon haven't done nothing to these people. Like
how we program, man.
It blows my mind. But RC, I always thought about that. What people say about us in the show, cause when I post clips and people like when we posted about Michael Jordan, we were going back and forth with people and they were saying some things. I had to think to myself, like, man, it doesn't matter what they say, like they still engaging positively or negatively. Like just embrace it all, embrace the moment, like, hey,
dude, I got a friend.
Just gotta keep it moving.
I got a friend that went viral, and it went viral through Tyrese, and he realized how different it is. People making up fake pages to make fun of his family, make fun of his wife, his kids, talking about different stuff about him. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't deal with it. So you have an option on your thing here. If you got big to the point where that's my mom.
Yes.
But you get to the point to where you get so big that people feel like they know you because they follow you or they watch your show. You can turn your comments off.
Right.
If you get to that point and you just don't, because what you don't know won't hurt you. So just turn your comments off.
Turn them off.
Yeah, because I sometimes y'all see some of the comments gotta be on certain pages, but somebody said something about one of your takes. I'm like, what's so bad about it? And he went to explain. I just want to know. You seen that? I just want to know what he had to say. But he didn't. It showed me that he didn't listen to the video because
he didn't watch the whole video.
Yeah, but don't challenge it because that's what we want. We want the engagement. But
that's why I asked him.
Read my mom comment. What did he say?
Miss Joe said, if the way you walk and talk and the clothes you wear make you gay, then it's a lot of men in trouble. Yes, indeed.
Show you right. It's her birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and tell her happy birthday tonight. Happy birthday, Mom. She gonna
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
But that's a word right there. She preaching right there. That's
right. So what you thought about the whole backlash of Shannon?
I really look when I seen it in the show notes. I really kind of didn't really want to dwell with it because I didn't want to talk about the man's sexuality because we don't. I mean, we can assume and make assumptions of this and that, but at the same time, we wouldn't want that, happening with us, if the shoe's on the other foot. But like I say, this is just a part of, like I say, Pandora's box with Shannon open with the Caddy Williams interview because it brought a new audience to view him. And of course, where their success, people are waiting around the corner to drag you down. So, any little chance, and Shannon got to understand this too, because and he also addressed with Chad one night on the pod he do with Chad about the gay stuff. You can kind of tell that it's bothering him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, like I say, I'm not gonna be the one to judge him about it or talk about. I got I got a brother that's that way. He's never disrespected me with it. Like you say, what they do behind closed doors is what they do. As long as they can, someone can respect you and respect your space,
Yep.
it shouldn't be a problem. But
Yep.
that's Shannon's thing. But let's say that's something he has to understand. Look, when he stepped out the vehicle, yeah, like the stands, I can see why people would go
Yeah.
that way with it.
Yeah.
He had the Tommy Pickles walk,
Yeah.
obviously bad knees.
You can see it. It was, but
Yeah.
that's because culturally y'all got to understand this. There are people who play with that, and they're actually that, and then there's
Yeah.
people who are not that, and it just look like that. It's like, hey man, the biggest issue with it is that we want to beat him down with it, but when we just seen Russell Westbrook with a damn kilt on,
Yep.
or these
All
guys with
right.
these balloon jackets. There's so many other things you could have looked at. Yeah,
But
kind of
but
tough.
the first but when I just said it when Shannon stepped out the truck, it took me a while to catch on with it. 'Cause I had to go read comments to figure out why everybody was like hyping this video up. The first thing I just saw was the bag. I just I wouldn't carry a bag, but I just know it's a European thing too. I know a lot of Europeans they carry
But you remember in the finals, LeBron had just lost, and he grabbed his purse and he got up and
Yeah.
walked off.
right. Like
So
stormed off.
yeah, so it's like that's another thing. Times have changed. So I said this just the
Millionaires.
other day. These guys are wearing and putting on stuff that if they didn't have money, people would talk about their ads. Some of the clothes and some of the things they doing, if they didn't have money,
No.
like Stephon did, people would talk about their ads. But because they have money, it seems like you can give a
I,
black man anything. Hey, you can say, I'm gonna
But
use this bottle
have you
for green, for
noticed?
example.
It's always
Give
the
it to a, give
athletes.
this to a
Yeah.
black man and say, hey,
I,
look. This is the new stuff, man, and we want you to promote it. We gonna over promote this shit. We gonna even be spreading it in our mouth because this is what we do. We make Febreze seem like it's the
Look,
best thing ever. So when they give them these props and these fashion, these clothes, like them big ass red boots and big ass, come
yeah.
on, man. I mean,
I
you
want.
got on Pac-Man boots, man. Pac-Man boots, and you out here like
Well,
Debo
it's even
Samuels
like
has on.
I want
even
to give a
like
shout out.
Tyrese Halliburton showing up like the Cookie Monster.
Man,
Like what
I want to give a
in
shout
what
out.
world? What you say?
I want to give a shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to Aaron DeGruder, man. McGruder, excuse me. The guy that made the Boondocks. If you ever watched the Boondocks,
yeah, I've seen it.
this man pretty much wrote what's going on now 12, 13 years ago. The exact thing that was going on now. He made it into a cartoon with the clothes, rap, just everything about our culture. He summed it up 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's full blown for his right in my face today.
yeah.
Right. It's kind of crazy though that these guys weren't just like this before they came top millionaires.
Like
So
prime
they got
example.
them what?
The main one is Kanye West with that damn stocking over his face, calling himself a superhero.
No,
Like
his wife is oh my
no,
word.
but
The
I'm
way he
saying you
dresses his
walking around
wife.
with socks on, with a mask over your face, talking, and listen, y'all, with social media, we are people's depression, anxiety, mental health, everything's right in front of your face daily. You can see it. And what sometimes we're laughing at people that are screaming for help. You got on a black mask. I'm a superstar.
Stockings.
I'm a superstar. Do you know who you in the front? And I'm thinking to myself, like, my God, like this is a major issue. And so, man, we take everything too far. Fashion, everything. Like you come to the basketball game with a balloon skirt on. Like, I mean,
We black people do anything just
For
to
for the
be
attention.
accepted,
moment, just
to be
everything,
accepted.
to be accepted.
Oh, let's get on after we finish that note. Let's get to the chat real quick. Muscle Known said the Shannon video is hilarious, but once again, as a Bronco fan, 2 hip replacements and arguably the best in his position, time in position, Hall of Famer. So yeah, Shannon has the right to walk like that. Muscle Known also said Shannon's lucky he's able to walk. A lot of these former NFL players need canes and walkers, some of them not even 40. Some former NFL players look like they done a few tours in the war. Tell me about it. The Universe Galaxy NBA, he said the most questionable sports fans of all time, all time are Michael Jordan fans. Then I guess he's talking about LeBron. Then he said everything that Michael Jordan fans say about today's NBA are the same things that older people were saying when Michael Jordan fans were growing up then. And most unknown, yeah, it's the most unknown. He posed this question: do you think the NFL and NBA players should have a dress code? I would say yes to that.
Hold on. I want to comment on the University Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever area code you in, stay over there.
Different
Because it's gotta be LeBron fandom. The difference between LeBron fans. See, this is the thing. LeBron fans and Kobe fans and Michael Jordan fans are all the same people. It's nothing wrong with being biased to your guy. It's just when you are unable to look at the other person with an unbiased lens and speak the actual facts. It's not being critical. It's just saying what it actually is. Like that fan base is amazed by. They always start. He's 6'9", 260. Okay, that's what they always start with. But then you take the guy that they saying is the GOAT. He's smaller. You know, he's more athletic. He can shoot better. He's not afraid to shoot damn free throw. But I'm gonna move on because I don't want to go to the Galaxy. I want to stay here on Earth.
On Earth, yes, sir.
So the NFL question, NFL. I feel like NFL do a little bit better of a dress code policy than
problem
NBA.
with the dress code in the NFL? No.
I think they dress better on away games. Now they dress kind of crazy at home games.
So casual dress, like
a casual dress for Stephon Diggs, an actual dress.
Debo Samuel is worse than him. Debo Samuel.
Other than them two, like I'm used to seeing play. Or I look at the coach, players dress as they walk in. I've never seen a problem. So I mean, I wouldn't know.
It's only, let me put it like this: it's only a select few in the NFL that need a dress code. Most of the guys come in clean suits, or clean, sweater vests, or clean V-neck sweater with some slacks.
Like, I knew we were gonna lose the Super Bowl when I saw Chase Young come in with a fishnet top with some leather pants and some combat. I'm like, come on, bro. This is the biggest game of your life. You could have gone black, but you got a fishnet print somewhere. It's just man.
Who stole my fishnet shirt?
I'm like, this is Super Bowl. You walking into the game, you got the chest nipples out. Like, he just crazy. I'm like, man,
but I think NBA need one bad. Like, it's
well, that's what that's what messed the NBA up, though, man. They were starting to mess the NBA up with dress code because he didn't want to see Iverson with baggy clothes on. Like, it wasn't nothing wrong with the dress code back in that time. They started making them wear suits and stuff, and then they allowed them to put a twist on fashion. That's what they messed up in the NBA.
Remember when James Harden showed up to the game looking like the Grinch that stole Christmas, like Sunday night basketball? He had on some Grinch slippers. Yep. He had on and it was covered. I was like, man, they don't have friends.
That's why they need one. Like to a certain degree. Like, because Westbrook be coming in here with Westbrook came with a construction vest. Like, he was going to work on some construction, and I was like, you gotta, to a certain point, don't come in with no shirt. So I seen
have real family and friends, brother.
Like you can't
Ain't
be
no
pulling
way.
up like that. Like if you want to wear a dress, you can wear your dress. Like that's fine. Whatever your skill, whatever you want to call that thing with Westbrook hat on. If you don't wear that with some combat boots and
Ain't Westbrook from Compton,
yeah,
somewhere around that way. Like, come on, man.
right. Yeah, like if you don't wear your dress, your kilt, whatever, with your combat boots and your V-neck sweater, then okay, that's fine. But don't be coming up in here with no shirt on or construction vests on, with a lunch pail hat, the hard hat on. So that's the problem I have. All right, guys, it's been a good show. Miss Joe said, as long as you do your job, it shouldn't matter what you wear. Dennis Rodman wore a dress and still ripped you apart on the court. Yeah, you can wear a dress, but don't come with like your shirt, no shirt on and stuff like.
Hold on.
Looking like costumes, like you wearing a mascot costume, something like that.
I got to get my mom before we get out the show.
Mm-hmm.
They say Dennis Rodman used to come to the game smelling like a sewage truck. He didn't take no bath before or after the game. So my problem with Dennis Rodman is that, yeah, he did all that and he came and played well, but he stank. They said he stank bad. Shaq said he stank bad. He like a teammate. Dennis Rodman, I figured out why he was getting all them damn rebounds.
Everybody want to be around him.
No, that's clever.
Shaq said he smelled like a garbage truck.
Well, these guys are dressing like garbage, and they're not coming to play with all the millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
they care more what they gonna look like when they walking in with the cameras. Then they ready to play.
Poor Jordan Poole.
Having fun. Thank you, the Universe Galaxy NBA for chiming in with your comments and your thoughts. We welcome.
Let me spray that Universal. Come on.
We welcome all opinions and comments, man. It's good for conversation.
Good fun.
And that's what you need in the sports world. You need good conversations and stuff. So we appreciate the love. If you're new here, like and subscribe. Where's my thing at? Where is it? I know I have it somewhere. Here. Share with family and friends. We appreciate all the love. I do want to show y'all this one video before we get off. Since we brought to you by Bet Us, this guy, he did a player prop, and I don't know why he didn't cash out when he had.
And Phoenix not a high volume three-point shooting team, Doris. They've already pulled 2. Holmgren underneath to Giddey with the float game.
So if y'all can't read that, he had Anthony Edwards first basket, Jaylen Brown first basket, Victor first basket, Josh Giddey first basket. Wow. So he hit on all the other players except for Josh Giddey, and the cash out was at 567. So Giddey missed. That was the first shot of the game, and Giddey missed a 5-foot floater.
Damn.
And the payout would have been $14K if he would have hit that.
So he paid $5.
Yeah,
yes.
The odds are so high. Like it'd be like plus 1,100, plus 5, plus 600 for them first baskets.
He did that through draft. I think he did that through DraftKings.
Like DraftKings.
But
see, that's what I'm saying, RC. They're keeping us down in Mississippi. They don't want us to make real money out here.
Well, you can do that on Bravado, but I don't do first baskets.
Bravado I don't know. Bravado they be sneaky sometimes though.
Dang, man, that's a lot of money.
Right. So I would have cashed out at 5 something. Like,
yep.
I would. There's no way I think
Josh Giddey for the first bucket.
Right. I would have cashed out. Like, that's a long shot.
He missed an easy layup though, point blank.
He did. So we'll be back, guys, Friday. With the NFC quarterback rankings, NFC season rankings. So tune in for that because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some jacked up lists on this show some way, somehow.
That one right itself.
it might be Gatwood coming in with a jacked up list, or it might be RC having Brock Purdy number 1. Maybe something like that. There's gonna be something like that. I'm trying to tell you. All right, man. Appreciate the love and support. We'll be back Friday, same time, same channel. Peace. We are out of here.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. Man, every time I turn around, they always worried about what I'm doing. Facts. Why is that? Cause I'm blessed. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? They so concerned with keys. Why they so worried about keys? I'm about to run at the score. Drop all threes. Moving like ghosts. Didn't mean no boast. Keep talking about what they gon' do. Keys, who you with? Not you. Can't take no breaks. It's no days off. Money keep calling. It ain't no stalling. Put me in the game. You know that I'm ballin'. Haters always talking. Partner keep hating. Sit on the bench. Three in your face. Splash. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? I'ma secure that bag. Don't got time to waste. Stack all blue faces in different cases. I'm bad. You smell my scent. I'm getting to the money. It's common sense. How many points you drop? How many you assist? How many shots you take? How many bricks? No double. I just dropped the triple. You don't know me. You don't. Stay the f on my business. I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? I want the ball in my hand. I want to run at the score. I want to take the last shot. We winning or not? We winning or not? We winning or not? Either way, I'ma get it. Won't even do 4 quarters, you feel me? Either play hard